Is a $20,000 Neo robot worth it? Well, it depends on what you expect it to do, because as of right now, it technically isn't even autonomous. Turns out there actually has to be a human operator controlling the robot using a VR headset behind the scenes. And yes, this person can see inside your home through Neo's cameras. So you're basically inviting a stranger into your home virtually. This is the only way Neo can complete most tasks. Despite how it's being marketed, AI isn't what's controlling the Neo robot as yet. So for anyone who is pre-ordering this robot, they are ordering a promise that the robot will actually be autonomous and will have better features in the future. And the company 1X is selling a dream more than current reality. This points to a larger issue of the AI promise that we keep seeing, where these AI companies are selling products that don't even fully exist yet. These companies are taking people's money up front without being able to deliver on the products. So how did a robot that could barely operate on its own manage to spark so much hype in the first place? Well, let's get into how the Neo was created and why it's become so popular despite not actually being an AI robot. Neo was created by a robotics company called 1X Technologies. They operate between Palo Alto in the United States and Moss, Norway, where the robots are being manufactured. From the beginning, 1X had a goal to build a general-purpose humanoid robot that can live and work in real homes. They wanted to create a robot that could learn, adopt, and handle multiple household tasks, including chores like cleaning, watering plants, and loading a dishwasher. In order to reach this goal, they went through multiple prototypes, including the Neo Beta, which was introduced in 2024, and then the more refined version called Neo Gamma. Each version improved the design, the movements, the intelligence, and the safety systems. One of the major innovations behind Neo is the physical design. It is built with soft polymer materials and tendon-driven actuators, so it moves naturally and safely around people. It's also extremely quiet, so it doesn't make much noise while moving through your home, and it does look more like a human wearing clothes than other robots on the market. For intelligence, Neo uses a system called Redwood AI. This AI handles perception, learning, and decision making. Neo doesn't just see objects, but it understands context. This means that it doesn't just recognize objects, but it understands the context of your space, and it can map out your home and avoid obstacles. Like, instead of just seeing a chair, it understands it as a chair is blocking my path, so I should adjust my route. That pushes it closer to a real general purpose robot than a fancy vacuum. This is a huge leap for home robotics, and the level of interaction with Neo is much more conversational. Many other home robots rely on short commands or keywords, but Neo can actually hold a conversation, remember details, and adapt to your preferences over time. So it feels more like a mobile AI assistant rather than a rolling smart speaker. But even with these features, it struggles to do most tasks on its own. In this demo video, Neo loaded dishes into a dishwasher and it could barely close it and stand back up.
Easy? Then yes, it can do it. And then the important part is to ensure that the model actually knows whether or not it thinks it will be successful. So that instead of failing by dropping a glass on the floor, it fails by trying to pick it up and say, oh no, I shouldn't do this. Might be able, but like the risk profile is to such an extent that I should not do this because I might actually fail at this. And this is a glass, so if I fail, it's actually pretty bad. This was like a teddy bear that I was picking up from the ground, put it in the basket over there. I'll just try.
Clearly, Neo needs some serious assistance to operate, and this is where things get unsettling. Neo has a feature called Expert Mode. This means that a remote human operator at 1X can quickly take control of the robot whenever it doesn't know how to perform a task. This remote human operator guides it through the task in real time, and then Neo learns from that experience, which could help it get smarter over time. The 1X CEO says its human-in-the-loop model is the fastest way to build real intelligence. However, 1X says users must accept a social contract where they are okay with sharing their data in exchange for convenience. The CEO framed the company not as Big Brother, but Big Sister. 1X reassures its customers that Neo won't become a killer robot, but then admits users must sign a waiver allowing the human operator to see through the robot camera and remotely control it to help with tasks. However, many critics argue that early adopters are paying $20,000 to be data gathering beta testers. Early users are essentially signing up to be onboarding data providers for 1X. Some see this as the company shifting the burden of development and training onto the customer, which also means paying a lot for a product that isn't fully capable and is still being trained. And because of the consistent cameras and microphones, Neo may collect a ton of data about your life. Not to mention, real people can virtually enter user homes. This raises serious surveillance and data privacy issues. Neo claims that they prioritize safety and to have features in place that make this less invasive. They have built-in layers of safety checks and user control features. For instance, you could set no-go zones and restrictions to block Neo from entering certain parts of your home. And they say faces can be blurred during remote control sessions. But is this enough to feel safe while having a Neo in your home? Because soon, Neo will be one of many other home robots to choose from. Right now, the AI robot market is getting crowded. We've got Samsung's Bailey, Amazon Astro, and a ton of other AI-driven robots being created. However, many of these robots are overhyped in the sense that most are not fully autonomous. I mean, look what happened in Russia a few days ago. Russia unveiled a brand new humanoid robot called Adol. They hyped up to be Russia's first true AI-powered humanoid. They claimed it was capable of walking, thinking, and even recognizing faces. But the robot began walking onto the stage at the revealing event and face planted in front of the whole audience. It just looked like someone unplugged its power source while it was walking. Russian analysts even made jokes saying that Russia just unveiled the first robot with alcoholism. I mean, after the fall, the developers blamed lighting, voltage issues, and calibration. They basically blamed everything except the possibility that the robot just wasn't ready. The clip went viral instantly, and it raised a much more important question. How many of these robots are truly ready for real-world use, and how many are just flashy prototypes held together with marketing? This is exactly why people are skeptical of robots like Neo, because we've seen many revolutionary robots fall apart the moment they are tested in the real world. So is Neo different, or is it just one demo away from its own faceplant failure moment? And is Neo even worth it? Honestly, that depends on your own expectations. If you're expecting a robot that will cook your meals, fold your laundry, or handle complex chores, then Neo is just not there yet. And I mean, honestly, no robot on the market is even at that point yet. But if you just want something that can move on its own, monitor your home, help with reminders, hold conversation, and do basic tasks, then Neo might be one of the most advanced options available right now. You're basically paying for early stage, cutting edge tech because Neo is still early in the evolution of home robotics. For $20,000, it might not be anything just yet. We'll just have to wait and see if AI home robotics can ever truly evolve into the helpers we have been promised. If you enjoy the video, please like and subscribe. It would really help out the channel. And if you're already subscribed, I appreciate the support. And until next time, thanks for watching.